We are bringing you a special 360 report on fairness. You will hear from people pushing for change in the legal system and people seeking fairness in our schools.
You'll also hear from some people who believe the system's fine as is, and others who believe inequity starts during the hiring process. And they have some solutions to create a fairer system in the future.
And we begin tonight with Denver 7's Russell Haythorne.
It is our duty to win! In a close examination of race and bias in the Denver DA's office, DA Beth McCann touting a new study.
The study found no pervasive issues of racism, bias, or implicit bias in the office.
Yet the same study did show a, quote, persistent set of disadvantages for blacks and Hispanics charged with felonies, which seems to contradict the DA's overarching message.
There is a discrepancy, and people of various races and ethnicities do have different outcomes.
The study shows among cases that were dismissed, white defendants were twice as likely to have their cases deferred as black or Hispanic defendants. And in drug felony cases, white defendants were more likely to go to a more lenient drug court, whereas a higher percentage of black and Hispanic cases went to district court.
Whites are still being overrepresented in drug court as opposed to going through the normal court system.
Brother Jeff Farrard says the systemic disparities in criminal justice are deep-seated.
What's interesting is that this topic has now, I believe, begun to get the attention that it deserves.
While he commends the DA for allowing the study,
the other side of that is blacks are overrepresented in terms of arrests and perhaps filings, etc.
Advocates for criminal justice reform, like Dr. Robert Davis, say the study is, at the very least, an honest examination of a system still broken.
Too often, we bury our heads in the sand. The reality of the matter is, we have all of these internal biases and things that were put into us just from growing up.
It takes courage in a world that we're in now in social reckoning to say we still have work to do, but we also have celebration.
How do you get to the root of systemic bias within the criminal justice system and have a system that has at least equitable outcomes?
Russell Haythorne, Denver 7.